Hey guys, just want to do a little video here on what I found to be a really cheap and easy way to start my seeds indoors, my tomato plants and everything. This year is my first year doing a garden. And with it being my first year, I didn't want to go too in depth and spend thousands of dollars on seed starting equipment and everything else because I didn't know how it was going to go. So everything I did, I tried to do cheap. After doing a bunch of research and looking at a bunch of different options of what people typically do, what I came up with for starting my seeds was really basic and simple egg container. It worked out well. You know, you cut this top piece off, cut the flap off, and then each, egg cell or what have you, you can put a seed in and start something in each one. This being this like fibery cardboard material, it works good because it won't let you overwater. It won't let them sit full of water or sit in water, but at the same time, it'll hold moisture. So it's not like plastic where it either holds the water or it drains the water. This will at least hold the moisture in and keep things damp per se longer. And then these I just set on top of, I used a cookie sheet or something similar. And then I could put them right in my windowsill, just narrow, or not really a cookie sheet, but a cooking pan that's about 1 inch deep that I could put on my windowsill. That worked for me. However, once I came up with this other idea, I'll be doing this other way come next year to start them. And that is using these styrofoam meat trays. These things you can get a 500 pack online for $19 or $20 or so. They work great. They're shallow, so it's not shielding your plant. It's not, like a big bread pan or something that's going to block out the sunlight. They fit great on your windowsill. They're 5-6 inches wide, so they fit great on your windowsill. And it's just really convenient. You can get one per plant that you're trying to start. One for tomatoes, one for cabbage, one for broccoli, one for your peppers, what have you. You can fit, about 8 roughly. You'd cut it here, roughly on here. And then, any overwatering will sit in the tray and then allow this guy to slowly suck it back up through. So it worked out great for me. Then, after the egg cartons, I transplanted into these pieces of PVC. Now, this is 2-inch PVC that was, it used to be vacuum line. It's in my, I have a collapsed barn on the property that I'm cleaning up, and I have tons of this old vacuum line, but it's got holes drilled in it every, 2 stalls. So it's useless for doing any actual plumbing with it unless you're doing short runs, but it works great for this. What I did is I cut it into 3-inch pieces, 3-inch tall pieces. I mixed 50-50 with my garden soil and my seed starting soil, packed them in there, and that's what I transplanted out of these into. And then again, I just put them on these meat trays that, any overwatering, it runs through and it'll sit in the tray, and then the dirt will suck it back up kind of as needed per se. Best way I found to water them is with an old dish soap bottle. Works really well. You can get right in there and, you go around, you put your finger over it, you can get right in there, drop in what you need. And again, this fits on your windowsill nicely when it comes time to plant. You can take this whole assembly right out to the garden. You got it Sharpied on there, whatever it is. And then I'll show you, I have a different video of me actually planting some of these. I'll show you how easily they just slide right out and throw it in the ground just like that. The other nice thing about using these egg cartons is when you transplant this old cardboard, you can just kind of peel it right away, or this, whatever you want to call it, paper, whatever. You just peel it right away from the seed, or from the I don't know, started plant, I guess. And then throw it in here. And that worked out really well for me, guys. It actually cost me nothing because this PVC like I said, is in the collapsed barn. And I had a bunch of these old meat trays from a buddy of mine that had bought them for a project, and his project didn't work the way he had anticipated it, so he's getting rid of them. So it worked really well for me. And end of the season, stack them all in the basement, and I'll throw all these pieces of PVC in a bucket, and next year I'll pull them out and use them again. Pretty simple, reusable, free. Can't go wrong with that, guys. So I'll show you a video of me dropping them out and a few pictures of them starting a few pictures of things as I was starting them, several weeks ago, and how it all turned out. But overall, it was really good. All right, guys, so here I'm out in the garden. I'm going to transplant some of these. So I didn't water them as much here for the day prior, and you can see the whole slug just drops right out with the roots and everything. Then I just soaked it in a bucket of water good, just to make sure everything was hydrated before I put it in the ground there. I gave her a good dunk in the water, pull it out, and right in the ground it goes. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. So I'll show you one more here real quick. The old piece of PVC works pretty well for digging the hole as well. But yeah, as you can see here in a second, it just slides right out. Dunk it in some water, and in the ground it goes. It worked really well for me. And then I'll show you a few pictures here of the cartons when I was starting it. The styrofoam carton does not work as well as the paper. It does not drain the way I like it, but it worked regardless. Just used regular seed starting soil, and it got me what I wanted. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and give me any input that you think I should change.